Hey y'all, what's up? It's Kristen and welcome back to my channel. I am showing you an alternative to the Erin Condren planner. If you are looking for a vertical option, this is going to be the first one I show you. I will be showing you a wonton and a million insert as well. However, I have not received that yet. I am expecting it later this week. So whenever I have that, I'll upload a second video. So this is the Recollections planner. I snapped on a custom cover that I designed myself. So this is the, I just got this watercolor background off the internet, and then my lovely friend Jessica of Letters to Apollo hand lettered this for me and sent me over the digital file so I could create this cover, and then I just have the same print on the back with our collab. So this is a 7x9 interchangeable cover. So what I did was, originally the Recollections planner does come with a denim cover. I will put the listing photo here of what it looks like online so that way you know what to look for in stores. But I snipped off the cover and just kind of ripped it off and then put it on my cover that I had previously on a different planner. So the only difference is that these covers from the Erin Condren do have one extra hole, so you will just have to line that up at the top, and then it is about 1/2 inch shorter than what the Recollections planner is, so your tabs will kind of poke out through the cover like so. But other than that, it fits relatively the same and it's just a cover. So if you do have a custom cover that you really love, or that you've customized yourself with photos, or if you've ordered some from Etsy shops or something like that, you can snap it on. I do know there are a couple Etsy shops that make the exact dimensions of a Recollections planner, so that's something to look into as well. So I'm going to go ahead and flip through the planner with you guys. So again, aside from the cover, everything is pretty much untouched. So when you open it up, you immediately get this clear little pouch here. It's not a zipper pouch or anything like that. It's just a standard. You can put in some stickers that you may have on your desk and kind of close it up and it'll fit perfectly fine. This is not detachable, so you will have to kind of bear with it being inside, but you could always snip the ends and then try and make it detachable in that sense, but I'm not sure how secure that would be. Flipping into the first page, you have the 2020 to 2021 cover, and you have 3 lines for your name. I already went ahead and put down a sticker that I got from Sticky Sloth Designs. I do have a code for you guys linked in the description, so go ahead and check that out if you're interested. But so we have that done, and this planner is 18 months, so you have July of 2020 to December of 2021. It does make it quite a thick mama, but I plan to cut out the last couple of months to make it slimmer, because once you put stickers in it, it does get bigger. I did want to make a comparison for you guys that this one's like half full, but you can see the coils are fairly similar. The only difference in my opinion is that this Recollections coil is going to be a tad bit thinner than this coil, which kind of makes it less bulky. So I do like that. But the coil sizes are the same to me. I didn't measure them though, but I feel like they're the same. Okay, so when you flip open, you do get the 2020 to 2021 overview, and because it is 18 months, you do get a second page of that as well. I do like that these squares are bigger. If you do have transparent date dots, you are still able to use them inside of this spread. I don't think I have any with me, but I know that they would fit still over here. I would maybe do a little bit of tweaking, because when you put it over the dot, it will kind of show through. My thumb looks red because I just ate hot Cheetos. I'm a mess. I swear I washed my hands. I don't know why they look like that. Anyways, oh my god. So that is what this spread would look like. So again, you get all 18 months. Then you have a notes page here, and then you immediately flip in to some sticker options. So these are all going to be grayscale because I chose the neutral pattern. However, if you're interested in that colorful vertical, they do have that option as well. Colorful hourlies. I believe there was a colorful and neutral horizontal as well. And then all the stickers are the same no matter which layout you choose, but they will represent which colorway you have. So if you have a neutral, you'll get a grayscale. If you have the colorful, you'll get all like rainbow type stickers, but again, they'll be the same. So you have a whole row of blanks, a whole row of birthdays. These are doctor appointment, dentist appointment, salon appointment, and just appointment. These are vacation day offs, game day, party day, date night. And then you flip into these. These look like trapezoids. They are. So these are like trapezoid ones, some really big flags. I personally think these are just a little bit too big for me to incorporate into my style of planning, but I do appreciate that they gave me some hexagons down here. They don't go unnoticed, so I love that. And then you have a very functional page here. This reminds me very much of like me and my big idea Happy Planner sticker books. That style, they're about the same size. They're pretty large. Again, I don't think these would incorporate very well into my normal style, but it's nice that they're there for you. You get a whole sheet of like emoji type and then circle icons here. And then you get this really pretty pocket. I really liked the pocket that they have here because it's in the front, which I really, really like. Every time I had a planner beforehand that had the pocket in the back, I just like always forgot about it and I never got to utilize it. But this is nice because right now I keep all of my stickers like sitting on my desk, like of the kit that I'm using, and you can easily just pop that in here. So whenever you're putting things away on your desk, it looks way more nicer. And it's just kind of tucked away. And then when you go to film or to plan, you have it with you. So I really like that. And before you guys ask me, this sticker pocket is made out of vellum and it's laminated. I got this from Randy Plans. It is no longer available in her shop. She did this for the Mean Girls Day sale. So again, you have the pocket on both sides, which I think is nice. Just super cute option, and it is laminated on the actual pocket just to increase the durability, but it is not laminated right here. This is just classic like photo printed cardstock. So going into the tab for July, you have a beautiful pattern, which I actually prefer to the quotes because I think it would be really cool to use this as like a Bujo scrapbooking moment. If you guys follow Pasha of Posh Plans, she does a really great job of incorporating like really simple backgrounds and then putting very personal stylized moments into her A6 rings, I believe. So I really liked that idea of incorporating like quotes that really stand out to me for that month, or something that's inspirational, maybe a goal I have, to kind of put it here scrapbooking style. I think that'd be really, really fun. It'd also be a great place to kind of keep track of all of your die cuts or any really fun stickers that you guys get in like sampler bags or something like that. It would be really cool to put here, especially since all the backgrounds for the months are all neutral, so you don't have to worry about it kind of like clashing with your style for that month. I think it'd look really cool. So you flip in and you get on the tab the monthly layout. I know a lot of people were really worried about how monthly layout sticker kits would fit on this page, and I will tell you, if you already have a collection of EC formatted sticker kits for the months, they are not going to work in this style for a couple of reasons. So I'm going to zoom you in on this side to kind of point out something a little more specific here. So if you'll notice, you still have a Sunday start, but you have the sidebar on the left hand side as opposed to the right hand side. So you do have that shift, and that will upset your current formatted EC monthlies. So you will have to look for shops that do the monthlies specifically for the Recollections. But other than that, everything is fairly similar, but not exactly the same. Most of the differences between this planner and the Erin Condren will specifically be for this page. The monthly layout is just like just a tad bit different. So I'm going to show you guys the differences. The first is that the monthly boxes are just a little bit smaller. It's nothing dramatic. So I'm going to flip to the back where I did a mock spread here. So if you see, this is the sidebar, but this is an Erin Condren formatted monthly. So it does have that push where it's Sunday and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But since all the dates are off, like obviously that wouldn't work. So that is a major issue for the formats. Also, it'll come and hit a little too far. So the last dot there you go, on the dot grid ends here, but the overhang for the kit is over here. So that is going to be a bit to format for some different shops. If you are interested in reformatting your kit, that would be something that if you carry monthlies will probably want to see. As far as the actual sidebar stickers, they are a lot longer. So again, by the same dot measure, you can see that the last dot ends here, which is kind of where you would want your stickers to stop. And then it carries all the way over to the border of the calendar. So that would have to be adjusted as well if you are a shop owner and looking to make the adjustments. I laid down different types of washi because I did an Instagram live and people wanted to see how prevalent the dots were. So I don't think it's anything dramatic. Like, you can't even tell with my lights that there are a ton of, I mean, maybe you can if you have really excellent eyesight, but I'm looking in a viewfinder here. But it's nothing that whiteout can't fix. And when you white out, you typically would put a sticker over it anyways. So I did peel this sticker up. It had been sitting in this planner closed for about 2 days. And when I peeled it up, it did take the paper with it. So I know in my live, I was showing you guys that the paper did peel up quite nicely. So, and that was true. It did peel up really, really well. But I guess after it sat for a couple of days, I wouldn't recommend peeling up the paper. But it didn't rip to the point to where it ripped through the other side of the page, so that's really nice. But I wanted to show you that the dots are here, they are alive and well, but you can always white them out before you put something down. Whiteout does not match, so I'll show you that. This is Tombow whiteout against the planner. Please keep in mind that I do have studio lights on, so the exposure is a little bit different, but this is Tombow whiteout, and then this is generic Staples brand whiteout, which is just way brighter in my opinion. So I will label these for you. So this is the Tombow, and this is Staples brand. The really great thing about whiteout is that typically it does not affect your spread. Like, I don't really white out a ton of stuff to where you see it in my spread. I just white out so that way the colors don't change how it looks on my full boxes or something like that. And that obviously will not change on this type of paper. So that is the monthly spread. I wanted to show you that the boxes are a bit different, but so this is the way that I did that for you. Oh, also date dots fit just fine. So this is the perfect size for an Erin Condren box, but as you can see, if you set it right on top of the line, it will carry a little bit over. So that's as much as I can zoom you in. So there's just a slight bit of overhang there, but I don't think it affects the overall functionality of the planner. I think that you could probably still make it work, but I don't know if that would bother you. It doesn't really bother me that much because it looks almost seamless whenever it's out here. Like, if I didn't tell you, you probably wouldn't have noticed. So the box sizes are very similar in that regard. The heights are exactly the same, but that is the monthly section. It is definitely going to be the one section that has the most differences throughout the entire planner. So I wanted to be sure to show you all those differences. If there's anything else that you have questions about that I didn't showcase in this monthly spread, definitely leave a comment and I can check it out and then try and answer it for y'all as well. But that's the monthly. I think that's everything that you'd want to see. The normal month spread is a Sunday start still, so you do have that. I know a lot of people prefer a Monday start, but it's still a Sunday start. The only difference is that the sidebar is on the left-hand side instead of on the right-hand side, and then it's a dot grid instead of lines. Oh, also the dot grid starts all the way at the top. So if you guys can see that. Let me see if I can dim my lights. I think you can see it just a little bit better, but the dot grid goes all the way up to the top instead of starting at the side where the calendar starts. So I know that's going to be a major difference as well for that. So that is the monthly. Let's hop into these weeklies now. I'm gonna juge my way to the front. So in the weekly, I love this layout. This is like the OG vertical layouts where you get the headers, so that way you can really practice out your spacing, which I think is awesome. The main differences that you're going to see is that inside the boxes, you are not going to have the like the borders to kind of section off each day. So let me pull out a month here. Oh, perfect, an empty month. So whenever you are here, you have the borders to block out each day, but you are not going to see that on this planner. You will have a very faint dot grid to kind of block off or section that day, but it's just to kind of go in between the lines. It doesn't actually block off just this day and just that day, if that makes sense. It's just to separate, to make a column. Another difference is that your bottom washi section is actually not disgusting, so you don't have all of those section that you have to white out, and then you also don't have the curves at the bottom to white out. This bottom washi section does seem a little bit shorter just because you don't have those curved bottoms, and then you don't have the excess on this section here. So let me see if I can actually kind of prove that. So I'm going to try and line it up the best as I can. There we go. So that is the main difference of the page. So you're losing this little excess sheet right there. But we don't use that part anyways, so that's okay. Other differences, you don't have a nasty hexagon to white out every day. The box does sit a little bit higher. That July sits a little bit higher, but I actually kind of like it because one of the things I was missing every week was knowing which month I was in. That was always like a really big annoying issue for me. So, because I would always have to white out the hexagon to get that, but here we are. So this is very neutral, super simple. You don't even have to white these things out. You can just place a header straight on top. And then you do have a dot grid style instead of lines for your sidebar, and that goes all the way down. You don't have the calendar at the bottom to white out either. So you're using significantly less whiteout each week in order to make your spread usable on your base. So this was my pen test. I wrote penis on the Instagram live because I'm a child, but a lot of people wanted to know like what the bleed through was like and what the paper is. This is my normal handwriting. I just wrote penis, and there is no bleed through to the other side or shadowing, but in person there's a bit of shadowing. So it doesn't show up on camera, which is nice if you are a YouTuber or if you're trying to take some Instagram pictures and you have a light box. There's not a whole lot of shadowing, so that'll be nice for staging product photos or something like that. And then I used the same pen, which is an Inkjoy Papermate in 0.5. I always use this pen. I used it again to create an arrow. So I did the arrow once and then I went over it again a second time. And that one in person, it did have a bit of bleed through, as you can see with that dot right there. But ultimately, I could just put a full box there to cover that up. And I don't typically go over my writing twice. I just wanted to see the ultimate stretch of the paper to see how much I could get away with. So there was that for you. I also used a Muji pen, which is also in 0.5, so just a Muji gel pen. And right below it, I used the Inkjoy as a comparison. So when you flip it over, again, there was minimal shadowing, which is nice. In person, it is very, very faint. I do want to be transparent about that. So I will actually show you guys that. We're going to do a mock spread together. So we're going to do that on this spread. So let's go ahead and do a mock spread. I'm going to be using Sadie Stickers anniversary kit that I picked up. I think I got this in a D-stash actually. But I want to use this sticker kit because I feel like a lot of planner girls do use Sadie stickers. I wanted to use this. It is in her older format, but again, I just wanted to show you guys some consistency because I know a lot of people probably do have Sadie stickers paper in her, like in their collection, just to give you a general idea. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So Alicia has the bottom washies split, so we're going to start with the bottom washi like I always do. This is a premium matte paper. Let me zoom you guys in just more than I normally would so that way we can kind of see here. I'm sorry that I have hot Cheeto fingers. I'm a literal child. I'm actually going to line it up with the 1, 2, 3rd line on the bottom here, just to kind of see how that will play out. And then using the next one, oh, I don't know if I'll have the space. Oh, I do. Okay, cool. I like to leave just a little bit of space in between, but I feel like if I were to do that, it would actually kind of hang over. So I'm going to do very minimal space on the top and the bottom, because that's what I would want in my spread. And it looks pretty good. So that fits perfectly. The dimensions on the sides will work all the same, so that's great. I would go up here to my sidebar next, and normally I would start to cover this up, but I actually want to leave that. So I'm going to leave that part exposed so I could have that moment there, and then pull in my quote box next. So this is what we actually used to do before the ugly format, is we would start down here. And I remember, because I would never want to have to put a full box here to have them next to each other. So that goes down. I'm using the dot grid as a guide here, and it actually helped me lay it down straight. So going in with my habit trackers, I'm going to start the habit tracker right here on the dotted line to see how that carries over. And it carries over fine. There is a bit of a gap here to create a differentiation. Is that a word? In between the sidebar and the header space, so that's nice. Going in, this does feel a little low though, having it down there and with the December exposed. It does feel a little lower than what I'm used to now. So we'll do that. Let's see, now I'm looking for my weekly. So actually, I think I want to put like a header first. This is just a mock spread, but I'm still going to take it serious. Still going to do serious. So I'm going to put this header down. I will say that I'm kind of purposely trying to cover up the dots because I don't want to have to white out, but that's not being a fair critic. So I think most people use Tombow whiteout, so I'm going to do the Tombow whiteout to hide those dots so I can leave some space here. Ooh. Choke up on that. Okay, so actually, so that's the whiteout. You guys saw me do it, and it doesn't look incredibly different. And I actually am surprised with that. Even in person, you really can't tell the difference because you're hiding it a little bit. just for some general ideas there. I think it looks absolutely stunning. I really love how everything lays. The only thing I did notice, to be completely transparent, is that it is a little bit harder to line up your stickers straight because there isn't a guideline on the sides for you to start with. So that did make it a little bit more difficult for me, which is probably why you saw me peel up stickers a little more than I normally do. But once you kind of get the hang of it, after I finished Monday and I went into Tuesday, I kind of understood where the spacing had to be. So I think once you do it maybe 1 or 2 times in your spread, you kind of understand it, and you'll get it to where it needs to be. So just a little bit of tweaking, a slight adjustment here and there, and I think this is a super awesome alternative for you guys. So that is that. I did have somebody ask me on Instagram what the back side of the planner looks like. So really quick, when you flip to the very end, you do have a notes page, and you get lined and then a dot grid sidebar. So that's very different. It's kind of odd almost, but all of the pages in the note sections are like that, and you do get quite a few. So again, they are lined with a dot grid sidebar. I'd imagine you can ignore the sidebar if you choose to, or you can even get really beautiful, this might be a cool idea for shop owners. You can get some like strips to be put here, kind of like how the monthly sections look like at the top where it says like November. You can get one to go down the side and then have like something lettered here. I think that would be a really beautiful idea, shop owners, if you're listening. But that is all I have for you guys. So let me flip back to the spread that I just did. Is it this one? Yes. So that is the spread for y'all. If you guys have any other questions, please don't hesitate, drop them in the comment box below. I'll do a couple other mock spreads for y'all in different inserts, but I just wanted to show you this one first. So have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you on the flippity flip. Bye y'all.